And I guess we are live and we even have some viewers already here. So thanks so much for joining me. Again, before I get started, a huge shout out to all of my patrons out there. So you see the little title role at the bottom of the screen. Those are my executive producers. We will definitely show the other patrons a little bit later too. So, but anyway, thanks so much for joining my little live playthrough here today. This is one of the games which I really decided along, or took me some time to basically get clean with me to say, should I do this as a live stream or should I really do the old school kind of offline recording? And in the end, I decided, let's give it a try and let's see how things go. I might really consider continuing this campaign, but not 100% sure if I will continue to do that basically live, but maybe with some offline recording or maybe a back and forth. Who knows how things will go. And yeah, I decided to not do the standard basic campaign here, which I'm pretty sure most of you may have already seen a lot or played a lot. I decided to go with the second campaign, which is the paid one. So yes, I was heavily investing into this live stream here, but I was curious anyway. So I did not really play this game before, or the campaign before. I played the game, but the last time I also played the normal campaign was at least 8 months ago, 10 months ago, cannot quite remember. So you might need to help me every now and then in respect to getting some of the rules right, but I guess that's really the cool part about live streams. There is a much better chance I'm figuring out your mistakes before anything bad will happen. And yeah, more and more folks are joining, so welcome and thanks so much for joining. I really do hope that my voice is clear enough. Let me know if there is anything wrong. I'm pretty sure if something terribly would have been wrong, you would have let me know, at least I hope. And I think with that being said, we should be actually good to go. So I will now really do some stuff within the app. This was also one of the things I struggled a little bit, really getting all this recording in place between the app, and I really do hope sound will be nice and yeah, video will be good enough so that you will be able to follow me along. Again, I did not play the campaign yet. I only started it once just to see what the first adventure would be, so that I would at least get somewhat of a head start. But apart from that, I really do not have any clues about what's going to happen in this one here. So let's see. We are going into the new game. Yeah, there is a new DLC available. I think this is this, what is it? The Warring Thing something campaign. So again, we are not playing the Bones of Honor campaign. We are going to play the Hunt for the Ember Crown. The roads of Breland are beset by marauding orcs, bolder and cleverer than the land has known in many years. The Thane of the Shire has been slow to react, for, say the rumors, something else darkens his thoughts. The Thane has welcomed odd visitors into his home, and he has kept everyone tight-lipped about what troubles him so. With the Thane so distracted, the task falls to you to secure the Shires. Only bold heroes dare travel the wilderness in these troubled times. Okay, yeah, I'll select difficulty. That's another thing that happened. So basically what I did was to yeah, pretty much give you a survey on my channel and let you decide if you wanted me to go for the normal difficulty level or with the adventure mode, or if you didn't have any interest at all. To my surprise, there was a fair share of votes, I think around 20%, who said, nah, do not really care about this game. But I also get that, so maybe you're not into these kind of games, maybe you don't like the app, for example. I don't know, might be a lot of reasons, but the vast majority seem to be interested. And also from this majority, it seems that, let's say, somewhat more, I think maybe 15-20% more, wanted me to have a look into the adventure mode. So really having much more time to whatever explore all the corners in Middle Earth here. I think it even says so, right? Adventure mode, explore every corner of Middle Earth. Exactly. Hey, Georgi, first time playing the game? No, not the game, Georgi. It's basically first time playing this campaign here. The second campaign of the base game. So yeah, but it was some time ago since I played, or was really some time that I have played this game. So I really rely on your help as much as possible. Okay, so let's go for the adventure mode. Again, you voted for that. So let's see about that. So this might be a longer playthrough with that. And I think this was the thing, was my training one. So let's go for an empty one. I thought I deleted this actually. The No Clue campaign. And that's the second thing I did prepare. I already have chosen my heroes. And for sure, I wanted to have Bilbo with me because we are in Bree. And to be honest, I really do think we need a hobbit on that adventure. And I think the second one was Gimli. And yeah, of course, with Gimli, you have to have Legolas. As I do not have any of the expansions, only the very first one that came out, the mini box one, but this didn't come with any additional heroes. Yeah, this is basically what I have to go with. So we have Bilbo, Gimli, and Legolas, and I also decided to assign them the pretty much suggested roles, especially because, again, I don't really know what's going on, and I think we should be actually able to have a look at those. So let me quickly go back to the other camera. And yes, we should be able to see that now. So we have Gimli, we have Bilbo, and we have Legolas. I already prepared the decks. I already prepared the starting item cards from there. Basically the burglar for Bilbo. We have Legolas, the hunter. He starts with the resourceful. And we have the You Cannot Pass Guardian ability or card that Gimli starts the game with. So let's go back to the app here accordingly. And then, yeah, we are selecting the starting items. I believe this is something which you kind of can prepare, but the app seems to throw you some random stuff every now and then. That's the same as you do with Mansions of Madness. And this could be also a very cool live stream, by the way. Really enjoy this game. A big deal. Okay, so we have a cloak for Bilbo. That's okay. We have the cloak right here. That's perfect. And he also starts the game with a dagger. Okay, so I prepared their starting belongings for Bilbo. So maybe let's go back to the cards here accordingly so that you should be able to see that. So we have the cloak and we have the dagger. Gimli will start the game with a ring mail. I think that's pretty much very consistent actually. So I have seen that ring mail numerous times, and also the battle axe. I think that is also very consistent. At least that's how I think. And yeah, it's a might weapon, obviously. And these are some of the things which I really do have to remember. I went through the rules, which are pretty straightforward for a game like this, actually. But yeah, there are a lot of edge cases. And then last but not least, we have Legolas. Yeah, 1 second. Legolas, he starts the game with a cloak and of course the great bow. Now I think this is also very much standard stuff actually. So it seems this game is a little bit more consistent in respect to their starting belongings. Yeah, then the fun part starts. The party name. And I don't know if you guys have an idea. I'm really terrible at these things, actually. So I'm not sure. That's why the other save slot you have seen was this No Clue kind of party name. And I'm really bad. Maybe I should have thought about something up front, but it really took me some time to prepare this game and the setup and everything. So I did not really pay or spend a lot of time thinking about a party name. So maybe I will give you whatever, a couple of seconds. I know there's always a delay between the stuff I'm saying and that what you're seeing and when you are responding and I see it back. So maybe let's give you all whatever, half a minute or so to think about. Maybe you have something up, of course. Keep it friendly. Let's not make it too crazy. So I don't know. Maybe the Brelanders or something like that. Really doesn't matter too much. Actually, it's basically a save slot. And maybe, yeah, the Brelanders. Maybe that's not too bad. Or 3 from Bree. That sounds nice. 3 from Bree. Why not? Come on. We are 3 from, oops, from Bree. Yeah, okay. 3 from Bree. What do you think? Or 3 for Bree? Maybe 4 Bree. That's even better. 3 for Bree. And I really was not thinking about this a long time. This came to me. Yeah, 3 from Bree or 3 for Bree. That's the name of the party. Unless someone of you has a smashing idea, then I will totally change that. But it seems not. And I get it. It's that what happened to me to my last 2 or 3 live streams, that I started this and attendance was rather low, and then the later the evening got, the more people joined. And yeah, it's really the tricky piece when to do these live streams properly. I think on having these on a Sunday and starting this around noon should be okay, at least for some folks on the from the Americas region. Definitely not great for someone, whatever, Asia Pac or maybe Australia or so. 3 for Bree sounds good. Thanks, Georgi. But yeah, I have to make a choice. Maybe I should really consider doing something later. Maybe if I do have some vacation, I might consider really starting it much later. I don't know, 10 p.m. my time or so, that also some more folks from you could join. Or maybe doing something in my morning so that folks from Asia Pac could join me live. But okay, thanks, Georgi, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Let me know if not, and then I will definitely correct that. So let's see. I think we are about to begin, so I may need to shut up for a second, as we hopefully will hear some narrative. And there we are.
Bloody skirmishes with vicious wargs, sometimes victorious, more often not. The Thane of the Shire, responsible for protecting its people, is the first to notice that these skirmishes are not random. On the contrary, the vicious and cunning wargs are systematically drawing away the bounders who protect the Shire and ravaging the unprotected livestock and, on occasion, travellers on the roads. Never before have beasts shown such shrewdness. Yet the Thane is withdrawn and distracted, offering only token measures to protect the Shire. What could darken his mind more than the warg threat?
Yeah, let's see about that. I think I missed the first 5 seconds or so. Sorry for that. I still had it muted. I need to really get my head around this stuff. But I guess let's start to embark. And I really, really do hope that this is a consistent adventure mode in this case, because that's what I prepared was a... Well, let's act surprised. Okay, we have the Russet Warg, Chapter 1. Yeah, I think let's simply... Hopefully you can really still see that. Yes, we should be good. Let's continue. Yes, it's still a battle map. Okay. Was what I feared. If I now would have to pull out the normal adventure maps, things would have turned out to be pretty ugly now. Okay. The roads near Breeland and the Shire have been plagued by wargs in recent days. Wargs are a rare sight, so close to the settlements of men and hobbits, and few travelers are prepared to deal with them. Charged with securing the roads, you track a warg pack until you hear cries for help. The next adventure will be a battle map. Okay, that's... you pronounce it correctly. Don't worry about it. Thanks, Georgi. Let's confirm, and I think let's get cracking. Yes, so we have Bilbo. Bilbo, as I said, will be the burglar. Gimli will be the guardian, and Legolas will be the hunter. And that's the one piece which I do not really like about these campaigns, that you can change this from adventure to adventure. I mean, why should you go from a musician to a hunter? Maybe, yeah, the captain role, I get that. That's something where you say, I don't know, you are now in control because I have other things to do. But really, this back and forth, that's the same with the app in Imperial Assault, actually, where you can also change a lot of these things, your special skills and whatnot. I'm more for it to say, okay, choose something at the start of the campaign and live with that. But that's only me. Maybe I'm simply masochistic. I don't know. But let's embark on this journey. Really excited now. Gazing into the Palantir. Okay, let me quickly check so that you can still see everything. Yeah, this seems to be okay. And you guys let me know if you see something weird or so, if you cannot see the app anymore. And I will really try to move back and forth those screens as much as I can, but I really have it's a nightmare of a setup here with a lot of cameras actually, and the computer and the app. So fingers crossed. Your small band has been traveling for over a week through rough country, but you are now nearing the edges of civilized farms. You see signs of the odd horse or carriage having passed here earlier in the day. Placed battle maps as indicated. So that's the one piece, and I mean really the one piece that I have basically prepared up front. It's of course I have all the tokens and the miniatures nearby and whatnot. But apart from that, that's the one piece. And again, this will be the tricky part. And that's why I'm not so sure if I will continue to play this campaign as a live stream, because it's really tough. This country, although the terrain can grow significantly, and then I really have no clue how to work with the cameras. But let's see about that. Maybe I simply should try and stop whining, right? Okay, so let's move back to the app. So we have placed the battle maps as indicated. Okay, as the sun rides high in the sky, you wipe some sweat from your brow. Another hill falls away from you. Place heroes as indicated, and each hero scouts 3. Oh, 3 is pretty solid actually, but okay. Let's place the heroes accordingly. Let's go back. So we have Legolas, we have Bilbo, and we have Gimli. Let's put them like here. And yes, obviously I did not paint those guys. Apologies for that. And yeah, let's then move back to the app. No, yeah, we should now scout 3. Scout 3 is pretty amazing actually. Isn't that normally a 2 also? But yeah, let's see about that. So let's move back to the cards, and not sure if you know the game or not. It's basically something I will explain as I go. As usual, we'll not do too much upfront rules explanation, which is for this game also not really necessary. It's a cooperative game. Yes, there are some loose timers somewhere, but you can really start playing this game and start explaining stuff as you go. So let's start with Bilbo. Again, Scout 3 means we are drawing the top 3 cards from our deck, and there is a certain setup for these decks. You have some cards for the class ability, for the burglar, for the character, for Bilbo, and then some more generic card or basic cards, I believe. That's what they refer to. And so we are scouting 3, and we are allowed to prepare, I think, one of those cards. And there are several things that are important from these cards. There's text on it, which is only important when you really prepare those cards. And there are some icons here on the top left of the corner. At least, hopefully, there are some icons here. There are cards which don't have any icons. So these are pretty much the randomizers. So we're not rolling any dice in this game. These cards are the dice. And that's really a very, very superior mechanism compared to Mansions of Madness, for example, where you're still rolling the dice. Here you have some ways to mitigate luck to some extent at least, which I really enjoy. A big deal here. Yeah, Scout 2 is normal, right, Jorgi? That's what I remembered. So this is seems to be a tough one. Or maybe it's because I'm playing adventure mode. I've never played the adventure mode before, so maybe this gives us a break because I'm playing. It's pretty much a very easy difficulty level. I think, I'm not sure if it's really easier from the enemies. It's simply that you have more time. At least that's how I think. So in this case, we can now prepare a card. And you can prepare up to 4 cards. Those cards, those weapons or items do not count as prepared cards. These are really our items. And apart from that, we can have 4 cards. 1 starts the game. So this Burglar 1 is a card that we have as part of the setup. So we have the Unyielding Spirit. When you test test, and again, I'm really bad at this, is this observation. There is a good overview for those things. It's spirit, actually. And yeah, when you test a spirit, you may discard to add 1 success. That's okay, but it's also kind of a success already. I don't know, because again, we can transform these leaves. And these are successes, by the way. And these are kind of successes. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think, yeah, here we are. I think for Bilbo, we are a bit too tough. I see that now. Yeah, thanks. Thanks so much. So maybe, what should I do? Okay, I can fix that, I believe, a little bit later, or maybe we simply move everything down. I think we have some room. So thanks for letting me know. Hopefully this is somewhat better, but that's something that yeah, it's okay. But yeah, we have again one part or half success. We can spend some what is it, inspiration, in order to transform these, and this is really a success. So when we prepare this card, it comes with a relatively powerful ability, but this also means we are removing 1 success from our deck. So that's not what we are going to do here. When we test, I think this is might. Yep, might. You may discard basically the same thing, and we are not really the mightiest character now. So maybe let's prepare the Undying Might, and we will put the other cards basically back on top of the deck, or we can put them to the bottom of the deck, or mixy-matchy. That's really on us. So at least we know if we put this card here on top of this deck, we know for a fact that the first card that we are drawing for a test is a success. This is a maybe success, and maybe successes, yeah, they're okay, but I think I want the certain successes here. So we are removing the Unyielding Spirit to the bottom of the deck, and we are putting the Quiet card on top of the deck for Bilbo. Yeah, I think this is much better now. And then we are doing the same thing for Gimli, drawing 1, 2, 3 cards, and I really do hope I shuffled these enough. Wow, these are 2 successes now, actually. Oh, wow. And we have the Poet's Heart. Before you interact with a person token, gain 1 inspiration. And we can rest 2. That's not bad. I think we want to prepare the Poet's Heart for Gimli. Yeah, he's a poet at heart. And these are 2 successes which we put back on top of the deck. And I believe, as far as I remember, the starting deck has pretty much 4 successes in it, unless one of the characters has 1 more or so. I believe I've never played with Bilbo, or if they have less, but I think they should have 4 successes in the deck. The rest is then either empty, which is nothing, like this Poet's Heart here, or it has this leaf which you can then transform into success using the inspiration which Legolas starts the game with. I think that's pretty solid. And then we have, last but not least, Legolas. He's also scouting 3. And that's a pretty crappy draw, but that's also good because, again, this allows us to remove cards to the bottom of the deck. So we know it's more likely that cool cards are coming up in respect to those results. So we have the Immortality, which also has a rest 2 or a strike 2. Yeah, strike 2 is not bad. I think we want to prepare the Immortality now. Tireless goes to, I think we will put all those cards to the bottom of the deck. So it's really not unlikely that we have some successes now on top of his deck. Okay, so I think, as I really explain this game as I go, maybe the first time you see something, it might take a little bit longer. Later on, I will definitely improve and will hopefully, yeah, do it much faster, not to bore you. So we have scouted 3. We should be able to see now the app again. So let's continue. Okay, what do we have? So we placed the following terrain. 2 bushes, and bushes are pretty cool because we can use them to hide ourselves in the bushes, and the game really comes with cool cards. Let's see if I have those which explain you all those terrains. And right now, don't worry about it. I will show all this stuff a little bit more detail later. So here we have the bush. It says after end your turn in a space with a bush, you may test, I think this is wit, and if you pass, we become hidden. And again, these skill tests are then where those icons do matter, which I just shown you. So the bushes are pretty helpful, but I think we also have to put in 2 boulders, and the boulders I think go in here. And I think, oops, where's the other one? Let's go back to the main screen and get one is here. And the boulders, let's put this like here. You might not be able to read this, but that's why I'm reading it for you. If you test to negate basically damage or fear, it's not horror, it's fear in this game, while in a space with a boulder, you may convert one leaf to one success, which is not bad. So you can pretty much hide behind the boulder to whatever and whatever, yeah, evade any ill effects towards you. And that's, if you know Mansions of Madness, this at least the second edition, that is, this effect between this negate, damage, and horror or fear is pretty much the same thing in Mansion of Madness. And it's also one of the minor complaints I have with this game is, why do we have this fear thing in a game of Lord of the Rings? Because that's really something. These heroes, they're not really afraid. They don't really care about fear. Yes, they have their doubts every now and then, but really fear is not a concept I'm typically aware of in a Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I think they went the easy route and have taken pretty much the core mechanic from Mansions of Madness 2nd edition into this game and make it as easy as possible. But again, that's totally fine. We will be able to live with that. So let's move back to the app. We have placed the bushes and the boulders, and I'm pretty sure I will forget those, that they are there and that I will be able to use them. So please chime in. And then let's see. When you reach the crest of the hill, you see a collapsed cart with an old hobbit sheltering beneath its canvas and wood. Place a person token, and I think we do have a hobbit token actually. So let's go back, maybe here. I think, yeah, the hobbit token or the person token will be up there, so we can interact with those tokens. Let's move back. There isn't much left of the card, but there might be something salvageable in the wreckage. Place a search token as indicated. So where are my search tokens? They're here. That's also pretty much in the same space. It doesn't really matter if they're left or right. This is one space here where you can navigate into. Yep. Then move back to the app. 3 growling wargs pace around the wreckage. This must be the pack you were tracking. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. Okay. Pretty sure we will see some monsters now appearing. Place 1 hungry warg as indicated. I will do that now off camera and will show you afterwards where those are. Place 1 hungry warg as indicated. Goes in here. I think this was 3, right? I think so. And place 1 hungry warg as indicated down here. And it seems, yeah, okay. Oh boy, this is now bad, guys. Yeah, I didn't really see the icons now. That's totally on me because, come on. I think this should be the one. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, that's really on me. I think this is this one here. Yeah, that's a problem with my resolution here. That's terrible. Sorry for that. And I think then we have an empty one. That's the first one. The first one was up there, I believe. No, was down there. And then this one, I think this one is down here. Okay, so again, sorry for that. I think that's correct. I think the first one went in here, second, third, so I guess that's the right order. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, sorry for that. They should put these icons somewhere else, actually, but okay, let's move back to the app. Here we have some barrels. Okay, these are definitely helpful because the barrels allow you to do damage to adjacent or nearby enemies. So you can basically throw those over this barrel. Right, let's continue. And then it looks like the cart was carrying a load of barrels, but now the barrels have tumbled to one side of the hill. They seem to be leaking some sticky substance. Lore increases by 2. Okay, lore is something of an ongoing experience system. And yeah, more important for really later campaign mode, because you can do amazing stuff with that. But for now, we will accept it. Lore increase is typically a good thing. Let's continue. The quickest way to get to somewhere settled is through this area. There shouldn't be walks this close to farmland. At the very least, you might be able to help this poor traveler escape a grisly fate. Object updated. Defeat the walks. Okay, that's basically what we need to do, and I think I have to take off my cardigan. And I think that's it. Let's continue. Okay, we are moving into the action phase, so let's move back to our heroes here. And yeah, again, our job is to pretty much get rid of those guys here. Again, we can try to do that with those barrels. So let's see if we have a card for the barrels. Maybe we can somewhat, not really zooming down, but at least close enough. And the barrels, you may interact with the barrels to test wit 2. If you pass, apply 4 hits and stun. Stun is cool to a nearby enemy and discard the barrels. And interacting with the barrels does not provoke attacks, which is also very helpful, actually. So let's think about that. Okay, what should we do? Again, we can now activate all our heroes in any order we choose. But we have to complete their activation. So it's not that you can do one action with Bilbo, then you do one with Legolas. No, you do an entire turn with your character, but you can choose the order of things every round pretty much. So first round Bilbo goes first, then Legolas, then Gimli, then second round Legolas goes first, and so on. You get the idea. And yeah, your actions are pretty much, you can travel, you can attack, and you can interact. That's pretty much all you can do. Maybe sometimes some of those give you some other things, which allows you. Let's take Bilbo's self-sufficient ability here, which says hide. After you test this card to become hidden. Becoming hidden is not a bad thing, because yeah, it helps you to gain more hits, for example, or helps you to evade hits. So these kind of things. But apart from that, it's very easy. You can move or travel in this case. You can attack, and then you can also interact with those tokens. And interacting is typically around, again, a person token up here, or the interact token right there. I think these were some of the remains of the card, which might give us some useful stuff. Who knows? And that's, again, something I have never played this scenario before, this campaign here before. So bear with me. I'm as excited as you are. Maybe you have played it, and maybe you can give me some ideas of what to do, or maybe what not to do in the game. But please don't spoil the experience right now. Okay. Legolas is unfortunately not in the best position to fire. He has a bow. And the bow is a ranged weapon, as you can see here. And a ranged weapon allows you to also shoot into an adjacent space. So basically from here to here, for example, or from here to here, these spaces are now adjacent. And with all the other melee weapons, you have to be in the same area. So for Gimli, it may not be the worst idea. Maybe he should go first, use his first action to move 1-2 spaces in here, for example, and try to take care of this walk here. And I really do hope I have placed them into the right order, but I think that's not too bad, actually, because again, ultimately we only have to make sure we are tracking the damage, so that I'm really assigning the damage accordingly. That's the most important thing to keep track of. Gimli's, let's have also maybe a quick look at the special abilities here. And Gimli's effect is pretty powerful. After your attack, you may place one card from the test on top of your deck. So let's say we have a great success, we can place it onto the deck right again. So maybe for his next test, or for his next attack, or for his next defense check, that's really helpful. Bilbo is more of the interacting guy. Before you interact, look at the top card of your deck. If it's a card with a, I keep forgetting what those figures are. I think, yeah, these leaves here. Then you can gain 1 inspiration. Pretty cool stuff. Poor thing is he can only equip one-handed weapon pretty much, so he cannot go dual wielded or whatnot. And Legolas' special ability says once per round during your turn you may spend 1 inspiration to move 1 space without provoking attack. That can be incredibly powerful. Because again, you don't want to provoke any attacks. And enemies can be provoked if they are still ready, for example. If they already have attacked, then typically nothing will happen. And I think the counter attack is also one thing. Let me see. I think I think the provoke does not ready them. That's the thing. I think the counter attack. Let me see. A non-elite enemy cannot counterattack if it's exhausted. Yep. Elite groups can counterattack. Yeah. Otherwise, that's the thing. Counterattack, an enemy group can counterattack that enemy group is in range for attack. Okay, if a hero applies hits or modifier to an enemy group because of game effect other than attack, then the enemy group cannot counterattack. A non-elite group cannot counterattack if exhausted. Yeah, let me know about these counterattacks. I'm not 100% sure now if they can counterattack multiple times, actually. Let me see. Is that in the standard rules now? Maybe I should not worry about that too much right now, because we are not there yet, but I'm typically one of the folks who want to know these things. Ready and exhausted. Yeah, I think counterattack is also an attack. But again, these elite enemies can also fight when they are exhausted. Okay, so I think let's do that. So with Gimli, we will move 1, 2 spaces into that space in here. Let me also move back to the main camera, maybe. Might be helpful. So he's now here pretty much eye to eye with that awful walk here. And then we are doing our very first test. And as we are trying to hit with a battle axe here, we are looking at our might value over 4, which means in a normal fantasy fight game you would roll 4 dice. In this case we are drawing 4 cards, and we will draw all 4 of those cards. So it's not that we stop after we have seen certain effects. In this case we have drawn all of these things here. So that's 2 successes and 2 maybes. But again, for the maybes, we need these inspiration tokens, which we, I believe, don't start the game with. Actually, but we have now 2 successes, which we can now freely assign to these enemies here. So in theory, if we would have been able to do 3 hits, then we could do or trigger both of those effects here. Sunder is something that will destroy the armor, for example, but having 6 hits is not a bad start, I believe. So yeah, let's go for the 6 hits. We have to assign it within the app accordingly. So let's see. That's not really bad. And this is this walk down here. So we are attacking it. We don't do anything specific, and yeah, I think they are pretty weak actually. We assigned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, and the booklet for whatever reason suggests that you're assigning all the hits, no matter how many they are. So we are basically applying that. We didn't have any of those special things like pierce or smite or lethal, but 6 hits are typically enough. Yes, we are applying 6 hits now. And the app directly tells you, remove 1 hungry ward, you or a nearby hero gains 1 inspiration. That's definitely helpful. We are getting rid of that walk. I'm pretty sure more of those walks will come up. And we are now allowed to pretty much gain ourselves 1 inspiration, because there is no nearby hero. A nearby hero would be here, 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 or there. So that's still okay. We can use the inspiration 2 for Gimli. And our special ability says we may place one card on top of your deck. Let's do that. The other cards are being pretty much put into a discard pile and will be reshuffled at the rally phase at the end of this round. Okay, but that was pretty much the first activation or the first action for our heroes. Definitely helpful. AJ, hey, Frühstück with Marcus. Okay, hopefully you have something good. Great for joining, thanks. Okay, this was Gimli. And again, we can choose who should go first. So in theory, we could move Legolas in here, have him shoot with a bow, and maybe that's what we should consider doing. And maybe then have Bilbo go after the other hobbit, for example. I think this could make sense because these wargs will most likely go to the closest here. On the other hand, if we are moving Legolas in here, I think we can choose then actually, unless the app tells you that this warg will go after Legolas, for example. So I guess, yeah, let's go with Legolas next. We want to see how much damage they do, because again, yeah, okay, because if he does some damage, we could still say, okay, let's move then Bilbo in here and give this warg the rest. I don't know. Let's see about that. So we are moving Legolas only one space, which is enough. Or should we move him in here? There's no reason not to move him in here, actually. Or maybe we can move him 1-2 spaces in here, so he is protected by this rock, and then he's still adjacent to that warg. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So we have fully moved him. And then we are basically doing the test. So we are attacking, and we are using the great bow. And for the great bow, we are using the agility, which is also 4 cards we are drawing. And we don't know what's on top of the deck, but at least we have removed some of these things. And we have the strike 2 here, the immortality. That we can discard this one to do 2 more hits. So I think there is at least a chance. This is a nothing. This is it's a maybe. Basically, okay, there's 1 success and 2 maybes, and I think we do want to do, yeah, let's do 2 damage, right? We want, or at least let's assign 5 hits now. That's the idea. So we are spending 1 of those and transforming the whatever honed agility into a success. So we have 2 successes, which means we are assigning 5 hits to that warg. Let's see, I think that's the warg without any icons. That's really bad. That's the last one here. Oh yeah, okay, continue. Should be gone. Okay, we gain 1 lore. Lore increases by 1. Okay, maybe I should have clicked continue first. So now we are basically assigning the hits. It's pretty much the same thing, right? We don't have any special abilities on the great bow. No, it's simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. We are applying this. And yeah, we are applying 5 hits. And remove 1 hungry ward. You or a nearby hero gains 1 inspiration. So now we do click on continue. The second warg drops with a whimper. With only 1 left, you see that all 3 have an unusual russet tint to their fur. What could this mean? Let's continue, and I guess we are... Yeah, let's give this thing back, the inspiration back to Legolas. So that's the discard pile for him. Let's put it next here. But those were the 2 actions of Legolas 2, and now, yeah, we have some... Oh, and we should also remove the warp. That might be a good idea. And then we have to do something with Bilbo. And I guess I definitely want to keep him closer to the others. The problem is, yeah, he cannot really move any further. So no, I guess... Yeah, let's simply move him 1, 2, and then with his second action move him up here, and that's pretty much that. So there's no more action left. What to do. The cool thing about this app here, maybe let's go back in here, we can click on those things, so you can still somewhat guess what's about to happen. So the wreckage of the card offers scanned cover, but you might be able to salvage something of use if you take the time to search. So this was a freebie to click this thing. Now if we want to search it here on this thing, then we do have to spend an action. But right now we don't have any more actions left, which is a bummer. Problem is, okay, Bilbo is now all by himself up there. So if the walk goes in there, this might become problematic. But okay, we have to deal with that. So we are not searching. Let's move back to the app. We are canceling this, so we pretty much end our thing. End the action phase. Yes, we are confirming that. Then we are moving into the shadow phase. Your fellowship is prepared to face the shadow. Each hero gains 1 inspiration. Okay, that looks pretty good. So maybe that's also because of the adventure mode or so? Or am I really playing on baby level now? I'm not sure about that, but you guys voted. Georgi, wasn't the text you and nearby hero? You end? Oh, was it end? Or maybe, is there a lock? I think there is a lock, right? But let's go back to the app. I will check that in the log in a second once we are through this. Oh, this would be amazing, but then it's crazy. Then it's really crazy. It's end. Okay, the walk will now do something. All right, so are we really in the app? Yes, we are. Move 3, so they're pretty swift. Obviously, normally these guys move 2 or so, sometimes only 1. And good thing is it goes after Gimli. I think that's definitely somewhat helpful because we know we have put a success back onto his deck. So this guy will move or the closest hero in this case. The closest hero. This or is only happening if the enemy cannot reach the target. Then it changes the target. But in this case, it really can reach Gimli. Because otherwise it would simply tell go to the nearest hero. So 1 and 2 trying to attack, passing, storming by Legolas here. Let's not forget the boulder. Yes, the boulder really does help us. In fact, if you test to negate while in a space with the boulder, you may convert 1 to 1. So that's definitely helpful. There is a lock. Yeah, exactly. I have to find. No, for Mansions of Madness, I'm using this all the time. And I know where it is. Here I have to search. Actually, okay. So we are going to attack. Going back here. And the monstrous wolf lunges at you with a flurry of teeth and claws. And okay, in this case, I keep forgetting what those are. Agility. He's not the most agile character, but the good thing is, because of this, we can already use one of those. Okay, but we basically need 2 successes. One we have, one we get from this in theory, if we happen to get one leaf symbol from those things, but let's see about that. So let's move to the cards, and we are testing agility. That's only 2 cards. Yeah, that's definitely a problem, but let's see about it. We know that this is a success for sure because we have placed it there after our attack. And the second one is a double leaf, which is now sufficient to pretty much generate 2 successes in total because again of this boulder here. So which means we have taken 0 damage from that. Pretty amazing stuff. Let's confirm that. And then the shadow deepens through, though hope yet endures. Threat increases by 6, and it's pretty much 2 threat by character, by active character. And then there could be threat tokens on the map, for example, and I think unexplored tiles later on, not happening on a battle map, I believe. But yeah, that's basically what's about to happen. So right now it's 6. It's what it is. Okay, I think, yeah, we may see an event now coming in. So are we still in the... yes, we are. Scrambling over the hill, a wave of enemies seeks to pin you down. Of course, this has to happen. Otherwise, it would have felt way too easy. But we still have an enemy nearby. So let's not forget about that. So let's continue. And that's a Goblin Scout on the indicated space. Let me check that this is really a Goblin Scout without any icons. Yes, I have to check this now. I have to be much more careful. So let's place him here. Yeah, he's not in range of, let me see, Legolas here. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, but again, it is what it is. Then we have, oh, that's a ruffian on the indicated space. Oh, he's next to the barrels. That might be helpful. But again, I will do that now off camera and will show you the results once I'm done. Pretty sure that's not all. Let's move on. Oh no, it's the rally phase. Okay, okay. Only 2 more enemies. So I think we really do play on easy mode here. It was or not, and so my bad. Okay, it was or. Okay, good. So I don't have to check, but would be a great exercise now finding the log in the app. Okay, now we do reset our deck, which means we are shuffling all our discard pile in there, and then we do pretty much the Scout 2. This is now a standard Scout, and I think Bilbo didn't do anything, so I'm not sure, am I supposed to shuffle this? Why not? Let's simply do that. Yeah, I think we have to. Of course, we scouted the last round. So let's do Bilbo. We are scouting 2. Hopefully you can see it now. That's another success. And 2 successes. No, I think we are not going to prepare anything. No, we are simply putting those back on top of the deck. So if there are some cool things or some interactions to do, we know we have some successes here. Let's take the cards from Gimli. And again, we have to place them also in here. We have to shuffle this as good as I can. Again, not trying to cheat here. This is really otherwise very, very boring. Then we are also scouting 2. That's the time of need. And okay, that's a weakness we have drawn. We will definitely remove the weakness, the misfortune, to the bottom of the deck. So that's already out. And then the time of need is a card we could prepare now. When you test, if you do not reveal any successes, you may discard this to convert. Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool one, actually. Let's prepare that, the time of need. Hopefully you can see that now. Still. And then we do the same for Legolas. And let's shuffle the cards here a little bit. Again, I'm doing this as good as I can. And then we are also scouting 2 Ancient Wisdom. When you test Wisdom, I believe, you may discard. Okay, that's basically the same thing. And the Light-Footed. Yeah, let's put the Light-Footed for sure on top of the deck. And the Ancient Wisdom, do we want to prepare that? Do we need Wisdom now? I don't think we do need to test Wisdom unless we have to defend ourselves. It's tricky. That's tricky. No, let's put this on top of the deck for now. Let's not prepare it. So we have some good successes now on top of our decks. That's certainly helpful. Let's move back to the app. Action phase. Okay. It's basically our turn again. So where is this here? What is this? No, that's the camera controls. Is the log in here? It's not. Is it in here? Chronicle. Round 1. Yeah, there is the lock. Okay, amazing. So I know where the lock is. Cool stuff. Okay. So let's move back here. I think the first thing that we have to see if Gimli will be able to defeat this war. I think that's important. Yeah. So let's start again with Gimli, who will do an attack with his battle axe. And I think I already forgotten this one here. Oh, I should have been only allowed. Oh, I see that now. Decrease your agility by 1. If you would test all the other things. Oh, I forgot that actually. Oh, that's on me. You guys need to tell me these things. I forgot that. So he only has an agility of 1, and I have drawn 2 cards actually. And the first card was a success, so he may have taken 1 damage actually. Yes, I think he would have taken 1 damage because he would not be able to use the boulder. So I guess let's not cheat here, guys. Let's assign him a damage, and I think it was not a face down damage, so we are assigning our first damage to Gimli. Deplete one of your consumables without resolving its effects, then flip this card face down. So we are crushed. So that's okay. He is still good, and he doesn't have any consumables. So good that I've caught that. But now we are doing our might test because we are hitting with our axe. So we are drawing 4 cards again. So that's a success. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. These are 2 successes. 2 successes transform into 6 hits. And if this thing is anything like the others, I'm pretty sure that 6 hits should be enough. So I guess we are not using this to 1 inspiration to transform this. So we are putting 1 card back on top of our deck. We are allowed to do that because we are awesome. We are Gimli. So let's move back to the app. So we have done this. Yeah, it's enough. 6 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, apply. Confirm. Remove 1 hungry wound, you or a nay. Here it's really or. I have checked that now. And I guess we are giving this now to Bilbo because he's the only one that only has 1 inspiration. The others all have 2 now. So let's do that. And we are removing the walk. Cool stuff. Okay, now that the area is clear of wargs, the traveler ventures out of cover. 1,000 thanks, friends. I was on my way to the Shire urgently when these beasts ran me from the road, he says. The old man looks at you closely. I was just moving into your space. I suppose you may be able to help further. Sounds like he has something serious on his mind. Objective updated. Speak with the traveler. Okay, no, that's good. So, maybe we wouldn't have been able to talk to him, actually. Because yeah, I moved him in here, but I didn't check this token. Maybe the app would have told me I'm not able to speak with him while the wargs are still there. He doesn't seem to be very concerned about this goblin scout and the ruffian, but maybe yeah, wargs are definitely more fierce as the others. Okay, let's continue. Something else. We have gained some lore from that. No, nothing else. The thing is, Gimli still has an action. Does he have something which he can do right now? You can use the guard. No, I think he will. It's really a waste. If we leave him here at this space, there's really nothing else that he can do. So maybe we do want to move. Yeah, that's now really wasteful, actually. That's really wasteful, but there's nothing. We can rest. We could rest, actually. Rest 2. Discard at the end of turn to discard 2 face down. Let me see. Can you see that? 2. That's the rest ability here to discard 2 face down damage. So maybe we only have 1, but still something. But that's not an action, right? Yeah, it's not an action. It's simply discard effect, pretty much. The ruffian will move towards us anyway. And the same will be true for this one here. But this one could also move after Bilbo. So maybe I think Bilbo might be the weaker character now. He can take an awful lot of fear. That's basically this here, but not so much damage. So I think, yeah, let's have Gimli move up here to protect Bilbo, because again, Bilbo is about to talk to the stranger here anyway, so I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's what we are going to do next. We are talking to the stranger. The traveler crouches by his ruined cart, still shaken by the walk attack. Anything I missed? No, I'm good. Talk. Okay, that's the first action for Bilbo. Again, Gimli is through. Let's talk. Everything is smashed. All of the medicine I was transporting to the Thane will be ruined if I can't fix up the barrels, and even then I'll need help hauling it all that way. And what if the wargs come back? The traveler is clearly upset. Objective updated. Investigate the barrels. Oh, okay. For a second I was thinking about moving him to, or Gimli to the barrels instead to the ruffian. But okay, it is what it is. Continue. Yeah, this is nothing else. Bilbo is still here. So I guess we want to do that. we are here. Moving them now over to the ruffian may not be our best idea. So I guess no. Let's check out this one here. The remains. Take the time to search. We are taking the time to search. Let's see. Searching the ruin of the cart, you find an engraved wooden chest containing several dozen recipes for tinctures and poultices. This will surely come in handy. Gain 1 inspiration. Okay. Oh, he is pretty strong in respect to inspiration. He can hold up to 6. Now that's something. Lore increases by 3, then discard this search token. Okay. So this search token is no more. And those were all of the actions for Bilbo 2. So we know we have to move in here. So maybe typically it's not a great idea to send your ranged combat hero into whatever close proximity of a melee enemy, and especially a rather nasty one like this one. And yeah, again, not 100% sure. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, you can. Oops. I really should stop playing around with that. And yeah, that's basically the ruffian here. Looks pretty nasty, actually. But you want to progress, right? That's the idea. And right now we are all okay. Right now we are all okay. Huh? What do you think? We should be fine. So we're moving Legolas into these barrels here. And does he have something once per interact? Oh no, if we are interacting with the barrels... No, interacting with barrels does not provoke attacks. That's now interesting, because again, normally it says interacting and whatever moving out would cost us, would provoke the enemy. But now the barrels per se are saying they are not triggered by the barrels here. They're not provoked when doing this, but not sure if that only counts if we're doing this effect or if we are interacting normally with that. So maybe before we're moving in there, let's check the barrels. We can do that, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, we have basically several options. Okay, we can lose the barrels, then the enemy would be provoked. Yeah, here it says, or you can estimate what the traveler was transporting. That's exactly the difference now. So we can, if we would provoke him. The thing is, if we're provoking an enemy, they're not getting exhausted, which means he is going to attack again. So no. I guess in this case, let's cancel this. We are moving back here, so we will leave Legolas in here, and he will simply shoot at this ruffian. I think this doesn't make sense. Getting 2 attacks now from this ruffian, then run for the provoke, and then maybe with a potential attack. And also Legolas is not incredibly strong in respect to the damage he can take, so I guess let's do that instead. But that's okay, we can then still move into the space with the barrels later on and maybe then interact with that. I think we are not in a rush in any way. Okay, then let's do... Where are we? Lost a little bit track of my thing. No, we are okay. So we are testing agility. Do I do something here? I think I'm okay. So we are doing 1, oh wow, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1 hit, which is only 2 hits, and then some maybe. So we can go for 7 hits, but we can check. I think we can really check now. The ruffian, he only needs 5 hits. So I guess we should be okay with just 5 hits. Pretty sure about that. So we are going to spend 1 of our inspiration to turn this into, which means we are doing 5 hits in total because these are 2 successes. And I think this should be enough. And it really seems to be rather simple playing on this level of this adventure mode. But honestly, that's okay for me. If you really want to enjoy the trip and not take or be concerned about too many things, because already playing on the normal difficulty level is relatively challenging, especially in respect to timing. In this case, you can really take your time, you can explore all those tokens, and later on, and when we're doing the adventure map, I'm pretty sure in a different playthrough, we will then also be able to go to every corner and flip every stone. So we will definitely experience a lot more interesting and cool things. But for now, let's shoot some arrows at this ruffian here. These were exactly 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are applying this. And 1 second. Yes, you can see that, right? Oops. Apply. Yes, we are applying 5 hits. Pretty sure this means he's dead. So we're removing that ruffian. That's certainly helpful. You are a nearby hero, gain 1 inspiration. I think we will give it back to Legolas himself. He will need it. Continue. Something else that's about to happen? No. And yeah, I think we can then. We still have an action with Legolas because he was there. Moving towards. Let's move him to the barrels then with this. And that's about it. I really do hope you're not bothered by these cards, but they do help me actually remember that you can do stuff with these things. Okay, that's only me. But I think this was the action phase. Pretty successful one, actually. And of course, I already forgotten something, and it was against me, which is then totally fine. Before you interact, look at the top card. So I could have been checking out the deck and whatever, get an inspiration by that. So I forgot that. Apparently, I will not take that back. I will typically try to correct errors that are against me, so that I'm not whatever being called a cheater or whatnot, but I'm much more stern about dealing with errors I'm doing against myself, basically. Or if I missing some cool ability or so, then I'm typically not taking back. Okay, but I guess that's the end of the action phase. Let's end this. Shadow phase. Your fellowship is prepared to face the shadow. Each hero gains 1 inspiration. Now that's really something that you don't see at the standard difficulty level or at the first campaign. And here's something I'm not 100% sure if this is a campaign thing or if this is the adventure mode thing. But for now, let's not complain about this. So Gimli's already kept in respect to his inspiration. Bilbo is certainly fine. So is Legolas. I think he can take up to 5. So that's that. We are continuing. Then again, he will go after Gimli. I like that. I do like that. So we are moving him towards Gimli when he's the guard. And the guard, he has the you cannot pass tactics right now out here. Basically, he can discard this card to prevent 3 damage or fear for a hero in your space. And I think that's also true. Is it for him? For a hero in your space. Is that also for him? Let me know. But for now, we are going to attack. And that's only 1 damage. A goblin parries your weapon, forcing it low and putting you off balance. The goblin smiles a terrible smile, knowing the attack has caught you off guard. Strength negate. So you're really coming with 1 damage against our strongest character. Or mighty's character, that is. Maybe that's not. What was this name? You're bringing a knife to a gunfight or so? That pretty much reminds me of that. Okay, so he's now taking or doing 1 damage against Gimli. We know for a fact, and this is now really might. We can draw 4 cards, and we will have to draw 4 cards, but here's already the success which we have put on top of this. So that's 2 successes, 3 successes. So let's simply assume he has not taken any more hits. We are confirming this. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Okay, threat increases by 6. We see that here there is another threshold, which means something might happen or will happen. I'm pretty sure more enemies will show up now. So let's continue. Okay, now we are at the 12. There must be more wargs just out of sight because the sound of their howl seems to come from all around you. Okay, each hero suffers 1 face down horror, which is okay, or fear. I should not say horror, it's fear. And what is this? Spirit negates. That's now really a bummer, actually, that we have drawn these things. Yeah, we have basically drawn all our successes now, but there might be still some leaves left. So let's look at. Let's start with Gimli. His spirit is also, he's really spiritual. He takes 4 cards. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfectly fine. So we are spending 1 to negate that damage. So we are generating 1 with that. So he's not taking any more face down damage. Then yeah, it's the other heroes. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have moved in here. So that's Gimli done. Let's do Bilbo next. His spirit is a 3, and I think we know there is a success on there too. We are reshuffling these cards now anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Let's do the same for Legolas. His spirit is only a 2 now. Oops, 1 and 2. That's a success. Good enough. So we are not taking any face down fear in this case. So let's continue. Place 1 Goblin Scout on the indicated space. So more folks are joining, and that's, wait a second, that's the Scout. Placing it here, and I think, yeah, this is this icon here. It's really something I really have to remember. It really basically tells you on the app right away, actually. I only have to remember that. Okay, then we are bringing a Ruffian back. Okay, he's pretty much here in the middle, which for now is okay. That's no problem. No, maybe not. Maybe not. So that's the Ruffian. Okay, we are doing the rally phase, which means we are shuffling all those cards back. That's not really the boring part. Not sure if some of you have watched my playthrough of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. This was an endless shuffling, but I played the solo mode, so maybe it was not that embarrassing, but it was an awfully long video. I think nearly 4 hours. It's really a horrible long game, but I like it a lot, actually. So we are scouting 2, so that's Gimli. Kinship, and yeah, the success goes back on top of the deck, that's for sure. What do we do with Kinship? As an 8, before a nearby hero tests, you may discard the skill for that hero to reveal 2 additional cards. If they are a dwarf, there's only 1 dwarf right now. I think with the first big box expansion, the Shadowed Paths or what it is, there is another dwarf. Is it? Who is it? Balin? I'm not sure. But okay, I think we can hold this. We can hold up to 4 prepared cards, if I'm not mistaken. So why not? It's a 0. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the same for Bilbo now. Let's shuffle the hell out of this deck. And so far I have not used any of our special abilities, and I have to remember those. They are extremely powerful. Maybe not so much in this mode, in this adventure mode. So far it seems pretty simple, but that's the same I told you when I played Harry Potter last week, and I think halfway through the game I was prepared to pretty much give up because it was so easy, and then things really turned very ugly. Pretty much 10 minutes after I said that, things started to get very nasty. Okay, we have the Simple Desires for Bilbo and the Unyielding Spirit. At the start of your turn, you may discard the skill to scout 2, then gain inspiration for each 8 food or song card. Yeah, why not? We can hold on to that. And I think we will put this onto the bottom of the deck. Let's do the same for Legolas. I really have to keep talking here. We can rest, let's not forget that, and the strike. But so far, we didn't need the strike. So the enemies weren't that strong, actually. Okay, 1 more, and then we are drawing 2. That's a success, the precise strike, and another success. We put them both. I know these can be powerful abilities, but I want successes on top of my deck. That has taken way too long for the thing. That's typically something that you are doing simultaneously. Obviously, I have to do that now for all 3 heroes. We have scouted, and then we are moving into the action phase, so it's our turn. Anything I missed? Oh, thank you, Georgi. Balian and this. Okay, awesome. So 2 dwarves even. Now that's I ordered this actually. I'm waiting this, and for whatever reason I got it from Denmark now because it was really tough getting it here in Germany. But it may come, and then I'm really pumped now for this playthrough here. Enjoying it a big deal. Thanks, Georgi, by the way. I think we want to get rid, or should we? We should try to find out what's with those things, right? With the barrels here before we do damage, because again, he can still take this ruffian out, Legolas, from there. He's adjacent or nearby, so he should be okay. So yeah, let's deal with those barrels. There I have this nice little sparkly thing around them. You may interact. Yeah, we are going to investigate the barrels. That was the idea. Examining the barrels, you realize that they could be easily repaired by some supplies you have on hand. Oh, wow, what are the chances? However, the jelly-like substance leaking onto the grass smells harsh and caustic. Maybe you could use it as a weapon. Use jelly patch the barrels. So far, I'm not feeling very threatened actually, so maybe we do want to patch the barrels because maybe this traveler needs it to do stuff. I mean, the Thane was very concerned. Maybe we are delivering some medicine or some weapons. I don't know. Let's try to patch the barrels. I think that's the better deal. Working with your hands well covered, you attempt to patch the damaged barrels. Okay, we are now testing. That's wit, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, that's wit. Not sure if he's the brightest character, actually. Wit is a 3. Do we have something in respect to wit? After you prepare the skill at the end of your turn? I forgot that. The resourceful thing, but for now it's okay. We can rest, we can strike. No, I think we have to live with our wit value here, so let's reveal that's 1 success, 2 successes, and a maybe. Let's use the maybe. Let's use 1 inspiration to transform this into a success too. So we are entering 1, 2, 3 successes into the app. And 3 is typical. Oh, it's not good enough. Are you kidding me? 3 successes in Mansions of Madness 2nd edition is typically more than enough. But the barrels continue to leak a bit, so I guess we have to do that again. Now I'm happy that I did do that with my first action. I want to, yeah, let's finish that. So Legolas is taking his 2nd action. We are investigating them again. We are still patching them. And we are still testing wit, so we are drawing 3 more cards. That's a no, that's a maybe, and that's a yes. So I guess let's definitely spend another maybe now, another inspiration to transform this into 2 successes. 1 and 2. Come on, we have 5 in total now. Okay. Sealing the barrels completely. You wipe your tools off on the grass. Whatever the traveler was transporting will be salvageable. Lore increases by 1. Not 100% sure if this was amazing or not. Now that the barrels are patched up, you and the traveler ready your packs to leave. Discard this terrain token. Are we leaving? I mean, we are still in the middle of a fight here. Not even sure if you're bothering or not. Okay. However, just then an enormous russet walk, more fearsome and mighty than the ones lying slain at your feet, crest the hill. In a howling and truncated speech, the monster speaks to you. They can speak? Let's see about that. The walk bears horrible black fangs, the color of the deepest caverns. She noses at one of the walks you killed, then turns a hard gaze at you. Wretched creatures, she says in Western, the language of man and of the Shire, for the words are growled more than spoken. Kill us! Let the earth run red, death for death. With that, the beast throws back its head to growl, a chilling sound full of grief and fury. In answer, you hear the guttural roars of orcs, men, and goblins. With one last snarl, the russet walks disappears again over the hill. Okay, I was 100% sure she's coming at us. Objective updated. Escape the walk's wrath. Escape the rule. Okay, whatever this means. Oi! Over here, the traveler waves to you. A narrow track runs between the hills and is not yet completely blocked by enemies. If you could get your party there, you would be able to escape. Place a search token as indicated and move the traveler accordingly. So I guess the search token is in here, and we are also moving the traveler into that space. Okay. Place one ruffian on the indicated space. So we have more ruffians. Where is the ruffian? Here, and this is, wait a second, this one. So this ruffian goes in here. And then we are placing another ruffian into that space down there. Second, it's this and the greenish one. So this goes in here. And another ruffian into that. And so far, we don't have any elite enemies in here. So let's quickly do that. And that's the one with, that's the purpley one, right? This one, this goes in here. Now that sounds like fun. Maybe we are not done yet. No, we are not. 2 goblin scouts on the indicated space. Oh, these are now with poor Legolas. 1 and 2, and they're all part of the same group now. And this is this one here. All right. Let's move back, and I think, yeah, we are removing that token here, if I remember that correctly. Oh boy. Yeah, things are really grim. So Legolas is done. And the map is swarming with enemies now. Same thing happened now, that we are now dealing with a lot of things. Okay, Legolas is done. In theory, he could move down here. He didn't even get an inspiration for that. I mean, he patched this whole thing so we can also get rid of that card because there aren't any more barrels in here. So maybe we want to see if Bilbo could get rid of this guy here with 2 attacks. That should be possible somewhat. And then maybe Gimli could move somewhere else. Pretty much, yeah, maybe moving Gimli in here, but we will see a lot of attacks actually. This will be pretty brutal now. But let's do that. Or what do you think? I mean, having Bilbo now hitting this guy twice with a dagger, with Pierce, if he does enough, I think there is a good chance that he may be able. So we need 3 successes in total. What is this cloak? Before you suffer, you may spend 1 inspiration. So we can directly do that. When we are testing might, we can discard. I think he has a good chance actually getting rid of that goblin scout. They are not extremely strong. Let's see who that is. I think that's this one down here. They have 1 armor and 3 hits. So if we're doing Pierce, we are getting rid of that thing. Then we need 3 more damage, which is easily possible with these 2 successes here. And again, we can add 1 if we are going for a might check. Yeah, let's do that, huh? Let's do that. So we are attacking this goblin scout, right? Yeah, and the might is 2. Is there anything else that we can do? When you test, if there are 1... If there are no nearby hero, when he is alone, he wants to be alone actually. But okay, let's do the might test. We know that this is, was this a maybe? Did we add 1 here? Okay, so we have basically 1 success and 1 maybe, and 2 successes is 3 hits and a pierce, which is enough for that goblin scout. So we don't even need to do that. Oh, It's not. It's wit. So we are drawing 2 more cards actually. 1 and 2. Yeah, it's still the same result actually. So yeah, we have going to spend 1 here. So this is 2 successes now in total. And 2 successes, it's 3 hits and a pierce. So let's attack this guy. No bonuses. So we are doing 1 pierce. So this removes pretty much this armor here, and then we are doing 1, 2, 3 damage. We are applying it, yes. And remove 1 goblin scout. Cool stuff. Let's quickly do that. And you or a nearby hero gains 1 crossed fingers. Yeah, thanks, Georgi. 1 inspiration. We cannot give it. Yeah, yeah, let's give it to Gimli for now, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The thing is, we still have an action now. And oh, that's a good idea. We could move Bilbo down here to get hidden because of the bushes here. Let's see, we put the bush card in here. And after you end your turn in a space with you may test wit with 2. We need 2 successes, and if you pass, we become hidden. This could help. And again, we want to move towards the exit point, I believe. But it doesn't bring us any closer. It would give us the ability to heal. On the other hand, if we would move in here simply, yeah, there's the boulder. Maybe the boulder is even better now. Moving in there might be a bad idea, but I think it's still closer than moving him to the bushes here. No, we are moving in here next to the boulder, basically on top of the boulder actually. And then we could send Gimli towards this base to take out one of these ruffians there. Let's try that, right? So Gimli is moving in here. That's his first action. Let's see. We could, in theory, try to move out with Bilbo, because we have 2 movements, right? Is there a reason? Let's think about that. Is there something to get hidden? No, I think not. I think not. He has nothing which he could... Oh yeah, he could. After you test, discard to become hidden. After you test, discard to become hidden. No. When you test. No, we didn't test in this space. No, I think this doesn't help us. So yeah, we could move out, but then this would provoke pretty much the ruffians there. So let's not do that. No, let's not do that. So we are staying on target. So Gimli will move in. Anything I missed? No. And maybe... Okay, nothing happened here. Just wanted to make sure. Gimli, what does he have? Before a nearby hero test, time of need. That's okay. When you test, if you do not reveal any successors, that's okay, the time of need. Poet's Heart, when you interact, no. The guard ability, that's okay. No, I think we are simply attacking with our battle axe, and we are going for one of those. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's go for the purpley one here. Do they have any different things? That's this one here, 5, yeah, normal. We need 5 hits actually, which means we are drawing 4 cards of our might. That's a success. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. And another success. So that's 2 successes. 2 successes are 6 hits. These are enough. We know we can put 1 back on top of our deck. His ability is extremely strong for a fighter. So we have taken care of this guy. We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Let's apply. Yes, we did apply 6 hits. And remove 1 ruffian. That was the purpley one. And gain 1 inspiration. Let's give that inspiration now to Legolas. He is nearby and he only has 1, so he's now at 2. So I think that definitely does help. Let's continue. And I guess that's it. In theory, again, Gimli could move out now, because you can move partially, then do your second action, then move again, your second space. But I think let's leave him here next to the ruffian, or next or close to Bilbo, because then he can use his guard. On the other hand, his guard ability he can only also use for nearby heroes in addition to heroes in your space, so it doesn't really matter too much. But for whatever reason, it feels wrong moving Gimli now out of this space with a ruffian. And thematically, I know you could game it to eternity, but let's keep it thematic, right? Yeah, let's do that. And I think that this concludes our action. So I know that Legolas, when first removed or patched those barrels, this called in this gruesome walk, Bilbo fought and moved, and Gimli moved and fought. So yeah, we are through. Okay, let's see. And we should still have 5 enemies out there, which is correct. Amazing. And the action phase. Yes. Shadow phase. Wow, your fellowship is prepared to face the shadow. Each hero gains 1 inspiration. That's that late in the scenario? But I'm not sure how long this will still take. I don't know. Typically, those battle maps are somewhat shorter than the adventure maps, but who knows? But more bad stuff will happen. Okay, so who's moving? This is... where is it? It's this one. Okay, it's this one here. He will move towards Gimli, so let's do that. Jup, jup. Okay, yeah, he will certainly attack. Same thing, parries might negate, so I think that shouldn't be that big of a deal. And in theory, we can also use the boulder here in that space. So if we are drawing only a leaf symbol, then it's pretty much good already. And we are doing that with might. So 1, okay, that's a success. 2, 3, and 4. But okay, the thing is, you may need to parry again, and then maybe not so lucky. Okay, it is what it is, but yeah, we have basically negated that damage. And then this is now which ruffian? Let me quickly check. That's the ruffian without, that's basically the ruffian in its space. So this one here. So he will now attack Bilbo. Yeah, let's do that. 2. Your foe swings a heavy warhammer as easily as he would swing a toy wooden sword. Okay, might negates. Didn't we have something with might? Before you suffer, you may spend 1 inspiration to prevent one of that. Okay, we are definitely spending 1 of those. We have more than enough. So we are negating 1 damage already with that ability. Before we suffer anything, you may spend to prevent 1 of that. I think we can even do that after we have tested, actually. No, I think we can do that after we have tested. When you test might, you may discard, though we can also add another success here for might. But let's see, we are doing might. 1, no, that's not good. That's good. So we have 1 success, and then we can also use the self-sufficient, or we can use, so let's use the inspiration here to prevent that damage. The 1 success prevents that other damage. So we are okay. Cool stuff. Anything I miss? No, I think to be good. Why are they all going after Bilbo? These are the ones that are with Legolas, actually. They are moving 2. So 1, 2. They're also going after Bilbo. Good thing is he's still on that boulder here, or next to that boulder, which hopefully helps him somewhat. And we have the guard ability, so I think we should be okay. Goblin scans the shadow, sees you, and leaps forward. Okay, in this case, Spirit, right? Yes, Spirit negates. That's one of these nasty ones, actually. Let's see. After this attack, if you are in darkness, flip to fear face up. No, we are not in darkness. This is something that didn't happen yet. Could happen on some of the other maps. Typically the app tells you if you're in darkness, or some of the map spaces, typically the adventure map spaces, have darkness on there, which then, yeah, fear of the dark, right? So spirit negate, so it's 1 and 1. Okay, that should be doable. What's our thing? Spirit is a 3. Okay, so 1 maybe, 2 success, and 1 maybe. So in this case, let's simply spend it for 2 successes in total, which means we have negated both of those. And we can mix and match these things. Let's say we only had 1 success. We can choose to either take the damage or the horror, for example. In this case, yeah, it was simply we have dealt with this, but we are not done yet. Then we have the other ruffian. Let me see, that's the ruffian with the purple one. So he cannot, yeah, I think this guy is not able to make it to Legolas, because that's this fella, and he will move 1, 2, so he will move to the closest hero. In this case, that's, we can choose now, because they're both in the same area here. Which means, yeah, he's going to attack Gimli. We get to choose that. Yep. So attack, but not Legolas, but Gimli. A ruffian circles around you to find an opening. He wields a dagger caked with the dried blood of its previous victims. What is this? Agility. Yeah, he only has 1 agility. This time I will not forget that. That's definitely not great. That's really not great. But let's see about that. So we have only 1 agility because we have the agility because of our ring mail. It's simply too heavy. It keeps us from moving very fast. So we are only drawing 1 card now. So let's see. And that's a maybe. And again, because of that boulder here, if you test to negate damage or fear, with a boulder, you may convert 1 into that. So that's pretty much an auto success. So we don't even need to spend any one of those. And I forgot actually that his limit is a 3, so he shouldn't have more than 3 of these tokens. But so far, this was not a problem. That's now the problem. Guard, can you guard yourself? I don't think you can. Prevent damage. Any hero that is in the same space as a hero would suffer damage. A hero must choose guard before damage and before damage and fear cards are revealed. And the hero can use the guard execute to prevent damage and fear to themselves, but we have to do that before we are drawing cards. So in this case, that's too late anyway. So let's move back to the app. And yeah, we have to suck up 1 damage. 1 we negate because of the boulder, yeah, and the other one we have to suck up. And again, damage is typically always face up until the app tells you to do that otherwise. And that's weariness. Flip this card face down. So it's pretty much 2 wounds out of 6. So he's 1/3 dead or defeated. There's a last stand rule in this thing. Pretty cool stuff. But in this case, he is still fine. And keep in mind, he still has the rest 2, which he can use at the end of his turn to, yeah, simply rest 2. This was the ruffian. And then it's the other ruffian. There's still 1 more, right? This is the one. Come on. The green one. He's also attacking Bilbo. Wow. This space is certainly getting crowded, but no surprise actually. So he's going after Bilbo. So let's certainly attack him. Ruffian brandishes a jagged knife. The blade, although rusted in places, looks very sharp. And again, that's spirit that negates, right? I keep forgetting, yeah, it's spirit. Okay, if you suffer damage from this attack, gain 1 weakness and shuffle it into your deck. Now, that's a nasty thing. That's a truly nasty thing. And we do have 3, right? If I recall that correctly. And we can check our deck, actually. Let's see. We have 1 success still in that deck. And the rest could be blanks. Of course, we know we can use this one here. Now I'm really tempted. I don't want to go with more weaknesses into my deck. So now I'm really considering to use the guard here for nearby heroes in addition. Guard 3, so we can basically ignore it all. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, discard to prevent 3 or 3 for a hero in your space. So let's do that. So we are not taking any of this damage, so we can basically ignore that second wound. And we just learned that guard has to be taken before damage is being, or damage cards are being drawn. So I think we should be okay. Then the shadow deepens, although hope yet endures. Okay, but more stuff, I'm pretty sure. Now that you have seen how organized and intelligent these beasts are, you are almost unsurprised to find they have laid a trap for you, of course. The hero with the lowest wit suffers 2 damage and might negates. Okay, so let's see about that. Wit 3 is Legolas, 2 is Gimli, I guess. Yeah, it's Gimli. But might negates that, so that's at least something. Right? Yeah, I think that's it. So we can do might. We are revealing 4 cards, and we have to reshuffle our deck actually, but maybe we get enough. 1, 2, and 3, and then we have to shuffle this. Basically deck builder style, very mild deck builder style, but it's really a mechanic I like a lot. I really do like that. If they would introduce something like this into Talisman, this would be an even more awesome game. So let's draw the 4th card. No, that's a weakness, the misfortune. So I guess we don't want to take any more damage. So we have this. Oh, wait a second, but I guess, can we do that again? If you test to negate violence, yes, we can. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same. No, we don't have to spend the inspiration now because we're here in the board. I think this counts, and I'm pretty sure we can do that more than once, right? Let's see if the boulder says something. Let's see if the boulder has a rule. Each boulder can be used 1 time during each negate test. We are good. We are good. But again, I think we are really playing on the easiest difficulty level here that this game has to offer. More crap appears, of course. Place 2 goblin scouts on the indicated space. These guys will go down here. 2 more goblin scouts. Oops. We have them out all now, actually, it seems, huh? Yeah, we have done that. Oh, why here? Another ruffian. You must be kidding me. Okay, this guy goes in here. What's this ruffian? Oh, is that a... Oh, yeah, that's an elite one. That's the first elite ruffian, actually. Oof, that's a nasty one. The elites are definitely much tougher. And then we are going into the rally phase again. So that means we are taking again all those cards. Even though we just did shuffle that for Gimli, we have to do that again. Unfortunately, and I think we have to remember to have him rest now to get rid of some wounds. I think that's okay. So let's see, 1 and 2. Is there something cool when you test this? He's not really the or should we go with the... That's the agility, right? He's really not great with agility. So we are preparing this, and the clever wit goes onto the bottom of his deck. Let's do the same for Bilbo. And I really do enjoy this game. It's really so much fun. These battle maps are a little bit linear. So when you do the adventures on the normal adventure map, things are really even cooler, well, because you're moving around Middle Earth and doing stuff left and right. But it's still so much fun. It really is. Unyielding Spirit, we have seen that more than once in the time of need. When you test, if you do not reveal any... That's not a bad one. Yeah, let's hold on to the time of need, and we will put this onto the bottom of his deck. Let's do the same for Legolas now. So let's see, and we still have this resourceful. After you prepare the skill, gain 1 inspiration. Yeah, at the end of your turn, you may discard to gain 1 inspiration. But right now, inspiration. No, that's okay. I think that's really okay. Scouting 1 is not bad. Because it could help you to make your defenses stronger, for example. You can optimize your deck. Again, something I really do like in this game. Yeah, the time of need and the precise strike. We already have a strike, so we'll put that back on top of his deck. And the time of need, do we want to prepare that? Yeah, why not? It's 2 things. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Though we know there is success on top of Legolas's deck, so I guess we are fine. Action phase. But of course, we still have a lot to do here in this case. And let me have a drink for a second. It's good stuff. Non-alcoholic, by the way. We have Legolas. He could shoot twice. And shooting into the crowd here might be our best bet. Wow, that's so nasty what's going on here. Not sure what this guy is doing here. We can do really a lot of attacks, but not enough to take care of all of them. So who should Legolas go after first? We really want to move out here, right? If we can go hidden. Let's see, one for a second. Wait a second, this was what? This was this. When you test if there are no nearby, you may convert to hide. After you test, yeah, I mean, we can. I think we should try to get hidden. Actually, just to see. Let me see. Hide keyword. After he performs any test, they may discard a card that has the hide keyword to gain. Okay, we have to do that after a test. Yeah, if they are hidden. No. Yeah, that's not bad. The test is basically also combat. But let's start with Legolas. The thing is, who should we go first with? We want to get rid of groups, right? Because the more groups activate, the worse it is. So going after these 2, I think that's not our best bet. So maybe we simply go for this green one. So Legolas is attacking this green ruffian here. Let's see if I can find him. And that's this guy here. No bonuses. Okay, yeah. Let's move back to the cards, and Legolas is using his great bow, using his agility, which is 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's all we need. 5 hits here. Yes, perfect. So we don't have to do anything else with that. So we simply discard those cards and are assigning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Apply. Yes. Confirm. Remove 1 ruffian. I will do that off camera. And 1 hero gains 1 inspiration. And we're giving this to Bilbo. It doesn't really matter too much. They're all pretty much, or doing pretty well. In respect to this, continue. We have a second shot with Legolas, and let's go for the second ruffian. Maybe this purpley one here, or this guy. No, this guy specifically went after Bilbo, so maybe let's deal with the one without any symbols. That's this guy. Also a 5. Let's move back to the app. But things are getting more tricky now because we have spent some things here. Yeah, let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, oops, and 4. So that's 1 and 2 maybes. We need 1 more. I think we have to give away 1 inspiration to turn that into a success, which are then ultimately also 5 hits. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're applying this. Yes, we're doing this accordingly. remove one ruffian. This was the one without any banners, and we gain an inspiration, and we are giving it back to him. Go with him. Not sure if you know the Married with Children episode where he's going after this song and he only knows this one line, go with him. Let's go. Continue. No, that's that. Okay, cool. So we have, yeah, this was Legolas done. But not a bad start, actually. So we could continue now with Gimli. Or we go with Bilbo first. He could become hidden. And are you provoking enemies when you are hiding? That's the thing. Okay, I have to check that. Provoking enemies. For each interact. Yeah, no. They're also provoking when you're hidden. So getting hidden now immediately is not the most important thing, but maybe let's go with Gimli because we can make sure. But we also want to see how successful Bilbo is, right? On the other hand, Gimli could take out pretty much both ruffians and the Goblin Scout here. Relatively. On the other hand, Bilbo could also take out that thing. So no, in this case, let's do start with Bilbo and go after this Goblin Scout. Let's see if I find the right one. That's the one with this here. Exactly, that's one armor. So no, let's do that. And yeah, we have to do that. What's the dagger? 3 hits. That's wits, actually. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 2 successes. That's 3 hits and a pierce. And again, that's more, or exactly what we need. Not more than we, but exactly what we need. So let's move back to the app. So that's pierce and 1, 2, 3 damage. Apply. Yes. So this Goblin Scout is a goner. Remove 1 Goblin Scout. Cool stuff. And we gain an inspiration, and I don't know, he keeps it to himself. Doesn't really matter too much in this case. Continue. And now we have tested. When you test, we done this, but we can now go into hiding, and I think that's what he wants to do because there are still a lot of enemies around. So I guess we are now discard to become hidden. This was a test, so we are discarding this, goes to his discard pile, and this means he is now hidden. Cool stuff, and I do a mess here. Gruesome stuff. Okay, what else? I guess we are going to... What are we going to do with him? He's now in hiding. He could attack again, but I think if we are now hidden, when you attack, you may discard to add 1 success. You may attack. But we could move out, but then we have to do that. I think this was a bad idea. We should have started with Gimli. I really think we should have started with Gimli. Yeah, this was not great. So maybe we do want to go after these goblins or the ruffian. We could take them out both. No, let's go after the second group here. Second group here up here, and we are hidden, so we can add 1 more success, right? When you attack, you may discard this spoon to add 1. Yeah, so let's do that. So we are hitting again with our dagger. Let's see in the app who this is. This is this guy here, I believe. Yep. These are 2 figures, as you can see. Which means we are testing now. Was it agility. No. Wit. Wit, actually, even better. 1, not good. 2, half good. 3, half good. And 4. Okay, that's 1 and 1. So we are definitely going to spend 1 inspiration to transform. Well, these are 2 successes, 3 hits. We could do more now, but I think we don't need it. I'm pretty sure that Gimli is able to do that damage. No, that's fine. So we are attacking. We are adding Pierce. Pierce counts for both. If we would have been able to do 6 hits, then it would have made a difference. In this case, it doesn't. So 1, 2, 3 in total, right? It's not more. No, it's oops, 3. Not more than that. Apply. Yes, we are applying the hit. And this removes 1 goblin skull, but because we have not gotten rid of the whole enemy group, one by one they will fall. Yeah, thank you. This means we are not getting the inspiration. I keep forgetting that. And that's that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But we have made some progress for sure. Anything else that will happen? Can enemy attack? Okay, that's the one piece that I did forget. Yes, they do can attack, actually. Okay, let's attack. Yep. Okay, a goblin's hardened leather armor has the scars of many battles, and they respond to each of your maneuvers with skill to match. Okay, might negates. After this, to discard 1 prepared card. So what we can do now is we can lose our hidden ability to prevent all, but we are only getting 1. But we are losing that prepared card anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So let's hold on to the hidden mode, right? Yeah, let's do that. So we are doing our standard might test. We don't have any more guards right now. 1 and 1. That's fully okay. We have negated the damage at least. That's something. But we have to get rid of 1 of our prepared cards. Yeah, we could have done this. Come on. We will get rid of the simple desires for now. Yeah, the time of need is definitely helpful. For sure, though we have done that. Confirm. But this also means, I believe, yeah, they are now grayed out or darkened, which means they're not going to attack again. Though this answers my question. A counterattack does count for an activation. Okay, cool. Let's move back. This was the second activation for Bilbo. We could go now for Gimli, and I think that's now interesting. So in theory, we could now attack this ruffian and then move Gimli out, because these guys will no longer be a threat. But I guess we really do have to fight that ruffian first. Yeah, let's do that. So with our battle axe, we are going to attack the ruffian. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 2 successes. 2 successes are 6 hits. It's a normal ruffian. That's the purpley one down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We already know the drill. We apply the hits and remove 1 ruffian. Cool stuff. Let's do that, and we gain 1 more inspiration. And who needs inspiration? No one, actually. I'm inclined to give it to Bilbo, because combat-wise he's the weakest one. So yeah, let's do that, actually. I mean, he's hidden now. This might help him. But we have dealt with that. Let's move back. No, let's move back to the app first. Okay, nothing else will happen. Sometimes they throw an event if you kill them or something happens, so let's check that out. I mean, should we simply get rid of this fellow? Personally, I think we should, because he's simply there. And again, thematically I want to stay close to my hobbit friend. What do you think, guys? Should I simply move Gimli out? Because again, this is no longer a threat for this round, because again, they are exhausted. And prepare, maybe move him down here, for example, to the other group, or move Gimli towards our exit point here and maybe take some damage from that ruffian also. This elite ruffian could go after Bilbo and defeat him. But I do think, again, thematically, it would make sense to get rid of the enemy, because getting rid of enemy groups is what you want to. Because again, if we're not doing anything next round, he will be around, and then he could be provoked. And yeah, I think I have talked myself into that now. Let's fight this remaining guy. So again, we are using our battle axe. 1 misfortune. 2 not good. 3 success, and 4. So 1 success is, I think, Sunder. No, I think that's not good enough. We need to spend 1 hit now. And I forgot, after attack I could have... Okay, now I will not forget it. I will put it now on top of our deck, the success. And these are 6 hits in total, so that should be enough, actually. That's this group here. And again, we are simply whatever hacking our way through the armor here. Apply, yes. And okay, remove 1 goblin scout, you are nearby here. In this case, he will simply take it back. Nope, nothing else that will happen here. And that's really totally a mess, actually. And yeah, we are giving this inspiration back to Gimli. And now we are not forgetting to use our Poet's Heart before you interact with the person. Okay, no. Rest 2. Discard at the end of your turn to discard 2 face down horror and or of fear or wound. So let's definitely do that. I think our damage is down here. So we are discarding this. Could get shuffled back sooner or later, but he's now fully healed. And I think that's actually the end of the round. So Legolas shot twice, Bilbo hit twice, and Gimli hit twice. So yeah, I think that's the end of our round. Let's move back to the app. Yes, and the action phase. Your fellowship is prepared to face down the shadow. Each hero gains 1 inspiration. That's only true for Bilbo and Legolas, actually, because all the others are... Or Gimli is fully loaded in respect to inspiration. He's not a very inspiring character, it seems. And then it's the elite guy. So this guy will move into Gimli's space, and honestly, that's a good thing. That's really a good thing. At least I think. Good that I healed him now. So let's attack. Yeah, come on. I mean, these guys are really, really not strong. So this adventure mode is not just maybe longer, you have more time, but it's also in respect to those characters much, much weaker. But okay, it's an enjoyable experience. A dagger slices through the air as the woman, oh, it's a woman actually, kicks and strikes at you. Yeah, and again, might negates for, come on, that's for Gimli. Shouldn't be a problem, right? We have to discard 1 prepared card. Okay, that's maybe the 1 downer, but let's see. Might 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have all the successes that we need, but we have to get rid of 1 card. Yeah, we never used the kinship, so we are discarding the kinship prepared ability. So I think we should be okay with that. So we have confirmed we have not taken any damage, of course. Then it's the other group, right? They're also moving towards Gimli. That's, I think, a good thing. So these guys, okay, this elite guy is up here. These guys will move into that space. Now we do have to shuffle his deck because we are going to attack him, but let's see what the attack will be. Goblin scans the shadow, sees you, and leaps forward. I think this is... I keep forgetting. Spirit negates. 1 and 1 after the sick. If you are in darkness, we are not in darkness again. So now we might take some damage again, but we have to shuffle anyway. There's no guard ability, right? And oh yeah, one thing we shouldn't forget, because we are now, if you would test a spirit to negate, you may test... Okay, we can go with might. That's cool. So we are still drawing 4 cards. Pretty sure I have forgotten this, but okay, that's what it is. One more through the deck. Okay, we are drawing 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need 1 and 1, so yeah, we will definitely get rid of one of those. That's 2 things. And yeah, we are not in darkness, which means yeah, we can simply confirm that. Threat increases by 6. Hope yet endures. Then we are going into the rally phase. We will set the deck and scout 2. Okay, let's do that again. We have to do that again for Gimli, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe it's for the better. Who knows? Okay, we are scouting 2. 1 and 2. This goes on top of our deck, the Unyielding Spirit. No, I think we will put it to the bottom of the deck. That's fine. Let's do the same for Bilbo. And the artwork in this game is really top-notch. I totally enjoy that. It's definitely great fun and great thing to watch. So let's see. Okay, there are still some folks with me. Appreciate you guys are hanging out with me, especially a huge shout out to Georgi, who seems to be at least lasted for much longer than everyone else, at least verbally. Thank you so much. So let's do that. 1 and 2. Yeah, let's put them back on top of our deck. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's do the same for Legolas. So we have 2 successes on Bilbo. And I think we did have 1 for Gimli, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's really a problem for me in memory, huh? Okay, 1 more. And scout 2. Precise strike, and yeah, the tireless goes to the bottom. Precise strike goes onto the top of the deck. Pretty amazing stuff. And I guess that's it. Let's continue our action phase, so we should be okay. Legolas could move down here and do stuff, but I think before we do that, we want to get rid of these guys here. I think Gimli wants to hit first. The art is amazing as usual. Yeah, and they really gotten better. I mean, I have mentioned that more than once. I don't really fancy the artwork in the new Battlestar re-clone whatever thing. Unfathomable. This artwork is not so great actually, but apart from that, their fantasy stuff is pretty top notch. I do agree. So yeah, let's start with Gimli. And we may want to get rid of that elite ruffian. We can check him out, right? Let's see. Yeah, 7. Can we beat him with 7? If we do 3 successes, that's 8. Yeah, let's try that actually. So for might, we are hitting with our battle axe. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are definitely transforming 1 into a success, so that's 3 successes. That's 8 hits and Sunder. Now you're getting it. He's large. Large simply means they have more hit points, I believe. Oh, and I thank you for all your comments, Georgi. Really appreciate it. And also for the shout out early on Twitter. Really do appreciate it. So we have Sunder, but he doesn't have an armor, so Sunder doesn't do anything. So, but we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8 hits in total. Yes. Apply. Yes. Cool stuff. Remove one ruffian and here gains one inspiration. I think in this case it has to be him. No, that's okay. Yeah, let's give one inspiration back to him. It was definitely expensive. And then I guess let's hit again. So this guy is no more. So yeah, this adventure mode seems to be pretty easy actually. But I like it. I still like it. And then yeah, he can hit again. And yeah, let's go after these other fellas. The last remaining folks, the Goblin Scouts. They have 2 times armor. So if we're doing 1 Sunder. No, I think the Sunder counts for the entire attack actually. So we should. So if we're doing 3 damage or 3 hits again, no, 3 successes again. But that's not very likely actually, right? When you test. Let's see about that. So we are hitting again. 1, nope. 1 success. 2, maybe. Okay, yeah, that's definitely 3 successes. That's certainly enough. So again, 8 hits and Sunder. So these guys should be pretty much toast. No, it's only 1 Sunder actually. So Pierce works differently than Sunder. That's interesting. Didn't know that. But 8 hits should be still good enough. We do not really care about Sunder anymore. 8 would be totally enough for both of them. Apply 8 hits. It hurts, I know. And remove 2 Goblin Scouts. You and a nearby hero gain 1 inspiration. And again, that's himself. Yeah, because he's down to only 1. Now he's back at 2. And again, I forgot to put the success back on top. That's embarrassing. But now again, I remembered. You can do that with after any attack, basically. This means those guys are no more too. But Gimli is done. The revised edition of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I only seen the box cover basically, which looks much more colorful and stuff, but haven't seen any cards yet. And I still do own the first edition box, or at least some of the content for it. Unfortunately, only in German, so not really something that I would fancy to show off on my channel. But yeah, but I also liked the artwork in the first edition actually, so it was pretty good. You killed them all, poor goblins. Yeah, they're all toast. Thanks to you, I'm pretty sure all your fingers are crossed. I guess we are going to go after this now. So let's move Bilbo in here with his first action. Then let's see if we have to interact with any one of those. Okay, he's just telling us, hurry, we must escape. So nothing else to do, which means we are basically going for this thing here. The traveler waves you toward your escape route. You could make a break for it down the sheltered and narrow track between the hills, but you should wait until you are together so as you not leave anyone behind. If all heroes are in this space, they may escape. Oh, come on. I was missing one. And the problem is I simply cannot move Gimli again. He activated twice. Maybe I should have clicked on it. Well, that's the problem if you don't know the scenarios. I have to live with it. And something will happen here. So more guys will spawn now. This was bad. I simply should have provoked the attack and have moved out. Yeah, that was totally on me. But okay, it is what it is. In this case, we are simply going to move him down. And then we have to end it because, again, there's nothing else to do for Legolas, right? At the end of your turn, you may discard to gain 1 inspiration or Scout 1. But Scout 1 doesn't help us, I believe. But on the other hand, let's simply do that to see maybe something will happen in the thing phase. So we are scouting 1 and we know it's now. We didn't know it was a success. So this was wasteful. But that's okay. That's okay. Can we do something with Gimli? No. And Bilbo, no. I think we have to call it around, unfortunately. No, we have to cancel, which means we have to go for one more, yeah, shadow phase. That was really a waste of time. Yeah, we still gain the inspiration. It's insane. I mean, we are now at 6 inspiration on Bilbo, and I really have to continue pulling out those tokens. And I think we're also maxed out on Legolas and maxed out on Gimli. That typically doesn't happen on the normal difficulty level, for sure. Threat increases by 6, so there's another threshold we're crossing. Scrambling over the hill, a wave of enemies seeks to pin you down. Okay, but I think place 2 goblin scouts on the indicated space. Yeah, not sure if that's a concern again, but that depends now on where we are. An Orc Marauder comes also in there. Orc Marauder is this guy. I think that's the first time we are seeing this. Yeah, it's this guy here actually. And also a ruffian. Again, not sure if this changes anything. There's another ruffian. Let's try to keep them as separate as possible. And a hungry walk into that space. Okay, that's an elite one actually. So we are taking the tougher one. I think we can take the tougher walk. He goes into that space here. Right. And rally phase. Okay, I think, yeah, just for the laughs, we are doing this once more. Maybe we do want to shoot the hungry walk with Legolas. Yeah, I think Legolas should send some arrows in here. Again, just for the laughs. So, but let's scout for Gimli first. Scout 2, 1 and 2. We will, yeah, let's keep the Undying Might for sure, and we will put this on top of the deck because the Undying Might could give us one more hit. Bilbo is still hidden. That's hilarious. I was really hoping or counting on a test of some sort down here to do, but apparently it wasn't. Yeah, but again, that happens when you don't know the scenarios. But again, I want to be surprised, so that's all the experience. Sorry to spoil the experience to you, maybe. No, we don't want to be isolated for sure. But that's cool when those weaknesses are coming up during the scouting phase, because you can get rid of it. And the road goes ever on a song. During your turn, you may discard this skill for you and each neighbor to move up one space. That's cool. No, we want to definitely prepare that one. That's a nice one. And so thematic, all these cards. Really so great. And yeah, let's do that for we have, yeah, silly as I am, gotten rid of my prepared skill card because I knew that there was a success on top of this stack. So stupid me. But that's okay. 1 honed agility and the ancient wisdom. Do we want to prepare one of those? Yeah, the agility could give us one more success. Yeah, let's do that. And the other one goes to the bottom of the deck. And again, I love this randomization deck. This is so nicely done. So we have taken care of the thing. Nothing else will happen, but we should be able to get rid of it. Before we do anything stupid, I will move Gimli in here just to have everyone in here. He cannot shoot or attack the other thing. In theory, yes, he could move down and then move out, but it's not 100% sure that we will be able to get rid of this hungry walk here. And maybe can we prepare that? I have prepared some more cameras actually, but I was not really showing these to you, so I really hope you can see those guys here. And the miniatures are very, very nice. But that's basically the end of his turn forgive me. Then I think for Legolas, we are simply shooting 2 arrows towards this hungry walk. This is this guy here. Bloodthirsty. Each enemy has bonus health. Oh wow, okay, they're simply making more damage. Okay. Yeah, let's see about that. I mean, we are definitely doing 2 attacks with Legolas. We are attacking with our great bow, so that's 4. And again, because of our honed agility, we can add 1 more success. 1, 2, 3. Are you kidding me? 4. So that's basically 1, 2 successes here. Let's do that. And we want 3 success, so we are also getting rid of the honed agility. So that's 3 success, that's 7 hits. Not enough. Not enough to take care of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The armor will come back, unfortunately, because we are not sundering it. But we will apply the 7 hits. And the enemy cannot attack. It's not a ranged. It's not a ranged enemy. No, it's not. So it's no. And then we are moving back to our thing here. So we will attack again with Legolas with basically the second attack. 1, 2. You can see that, right? 2 is good. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. Okay. 3 successes again, 7 hits. Come on. Hits. Yes, we are attacking it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Apply. And yes, confirm. Bam. This thing is no more. We are simply giving the inspiration back to Legolas. We are also getting rid of this filthy beast. And then it's basically over, which means we are now down here actually, so we should be able to do that. So we are moving back to the app, and I think he's still telling us the same thing. Yeah, hurry, we must escape. And now as we are all in the same space, we should be able to escape actually, right? So let's see. Let's click on escape. Sounds good. A mournful howl pursues you as you flee the wrecked cart, but no beast gives chase. A mile passes beneath your feet before the traveler finds his voice. I think I would have done for without your help, friends, and I fear I failed to make a proper introduction. Meldrum Sackwill at your service. He gives a slight bow. Not many people know this, but the Thane has been searching for heroes just like yourself. His son, you see, is very ill. The poor man is frantic for his boy, and I don't blame him. My medicine is best anywhere outside of the forest of the elves, but even with it, he might not be strong enough to weather even a mild winter. The heroes win. Each hero receives 4 experience, cool stuff, and lore increases. Good doggy wants some treats. Yeah, this was some arrow treats. Lore increases by 4. Cool stuff. Let's click on continue. Meldrum continues. I'll certainly be putting a good word in the Thane's ear about how you saved my life. To think walk so close to civilized places. That beast that spoke, my sister tells her daughter sometimes of a shrewd black-toothed creature named Coalfang, but I'd always thought it was merely a way to scare the child into behaving. You know how good this works. You travel south to Sand Ford, where Meldrum had planned to cross the Brandywine. After hours of travel, you find Sand Ford deeply submerged beneath rising waters from recent rains. The water is too deep to safely ford. You will need to find another way to enter the Shire. You could cross the lonely and haunted Barrow Downs, or you could hope to save some time by traveling through the old forest. Neither path is likely to be safe, but you do need to get to the Shire one way or another, and quickly. Heroes decide. Cross the old Barrow Downs or travel through the old forest. Okay, here I will basically wait for you guys. You will let me know what you want to see. So do we want me to move through the old forest or the Barrow Downs? I have my preference, but I'm not going to tell you. So I will take a sip out of my can here and we'll let you decide what's going to happen. Again, I will end my playthrough for today here at this point in time, but I'm definitely inclined to continue going in this campaign with the same group, of course. But again, not sure if I will do that live again or if I will record that offline, depending a little bit on my mood and my voice. And this week or the coming week is Essen, so I will definitely have some other things in my mind. But again, let you decide. But first of all, I need from you guys what you think I should be doing. So I'm pretty sure this will affect the next scenario. And cool stuff that we have some branching in here. At least I think. So should we move through the old forest, or should we basically take the Barrow Downs? Just let me know. I will sit down for a second now. Again, every now and then I have to sit and stand, but at the table. And I know I have to wait for you because there is some delay in between my words and your chat messages, and until it gets back, there is some latency in between for sure. And again, if not, then I will make a choice. If you don't want to decide my fate or the fate of this group, I will do Barrow Downs. Okay, Georgi, you were certainly a great companion through this journey today, so I will definitely listen to you. Let's see. Okay, we will move through Barrow Downs. And I would have decided for the old forest, but I'm definitely all for it. Barrow Downs. You have chosen to travel through the Barrow Downs. Are you sure you want to take this route? And I'm pretty sure you're sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, yes. Bam, bam. Okay, it's chapter 2. Cold be hand and heart and bone. Okay, when can I save? I think now I can save. Yes. The black-fanged warg watches from the trees as the warg slayers find their path blocked by rushing waters. The void left by her slain packmate burns with Coldfang. Time, she thinks, cannot extinguish its fire, only blood. She stays on the trail as the warg slayers make for Barrow Downs, a haunted and eerie place that even the wargs give a wide berth. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. But if the dead things among the burial mounds are restless, perhaps the warg can find a chance to wreak vengeance. The next adventure will be a journey map. So not an adventure map, it will be a journey map. But I think for today, I'm calling it. So we might see another things going on in respect to prep or using our experience points and maybe the lore and whatnot. But I think this is then really something I will do then in my next video. And I really do hope that you have enjoyed it so far. I certainly did, for sure. And again, a huge shout out to all of my patrons out there. Again, really do appreciate all your support. A lot of these things wouldn't be possible without you. So again, definitely keep your comments and your support coming. You can support me on Patreon by going patreon.com/jplay. But you can also greatly help by simply liking my video, commenting the video, subscribing. Obviously, all these things help. So thank you so much for all your contribution, for all your comments, especially Georgi today. You were a star, amazing, great help, and really do appreciate that. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. Let me know maybe in the comments if you would prefer to see that as a live stream, or if you say I don't care as long as you keep going, or maybe if you think I don't really care about this game or how you played, that was okay, but let's move on to something else. Totally listen to you guys, and yeah, we'll do things accordingly. I'm really, really looking forward to continue this campaign. Actually, really looking forward to the campaign or the journey map next, which may be get a little bit more exciting. I mean, having these battle maps are fun for sure, but again, moving into these adventure journey maps, that's the real exploration part, which I totally like about the game. There will still be enough combat happening anyway. Okay, with that being said, again, thanks so much for tuning in, for all your comments, for your contributions. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.